doing it all yourself. You should trick an intern to do it.
The concept of this podcast is take your shoes off.
Right.
Because I want you to come on in and make yourself comfortable. But also, I have a lot of things.
Right.
You know, tray. Put your water on the tray.
That's what that's for, right?
Yeah.
Because I just assumed. Because I was like, it's not going to balance on.
Come on.
But that made perfect sense.
I don't want people reaching behind them. There's stuff that's going to knock it over.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm very particular, right?
Right.
And
OCD? You have OCD?
oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. As a kid, it was debilitating. Like 5 minutes to get my socks on, touching everything all the time. I've gotten a lot better as an adult, but I still, where I maintain the most controls in my apartment. So I don't like people over. I don't want people touching stuff. And I don't think that's a healthy place to live. So I thought it might be fun. Let me invite people into my home that normally I wouldn't.
Right.
Have a conversation.
Black people.
So tell me about yourself.
So tell me about your shirt you're wearing.
Scooby.
Oh yeah. That's crazy. I was actually reading watching a video about a guy, normal guy, used to party all the time, and he got jumped. I didn't get to finish watching the video. He got jumped, and they kicked him in his head. He got head trauma, and it turned him into a genius. And the first signs he said he noticed it immediately. The first thing was he noticed he had OCD. He didn't know what it was. He said he just woke up, he went to go wash his hands, and when he turned off the sink, he said, "Oh wait, if I turn off the sink, that means I just touched what was dirty." So he re-washed his hands again, and then he dried his hands and then closed it with the towel. But he said, "Oh, the towel's dirty. How am I drying my hands with this dirty towel? Now my hands are dirty again." And he found himself washing his hands 20 times.
Yeah.
So I never really knew what OCD was until I watched that video. It was just crazy.
There's a lot of different reasons, but it often comes from a place of control and or anxiety. And what I found helps me, because I also do some similar. As an adult, I'm a lot better, but I catch myself doing certain things like that, and I have to give myself tools, create logical reasons not to, because the emotional side I can't control. So one of the big ones that I found is, Rick, you need the antibodies. It's okay to do this. You need some germs. It's better for you. And then it's like, oh, okay. And it releases the control I have into that.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, that guy that you're talking about and I are very, very brilliant. Could I get you to fix your microphone?
Yeah.
Because it's blocking your face on the camera.
But yeah, it was crazy. And he said the same thing. He couldn't control it. He couldn't control it. He said he knew what he was doing. He's like, he knew he wanted to stop, but he just couldn't.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy.
Yeah, man. When I was a kid, I used to put my socks on, and I didn't like the way it felt. I don't know if it was an actual physical thing or like mentally. I just felt like I pulled it up wrong, or I don't know. But I would take them on and off so many times. And I remember one time I was always late for school, and one time I woke up before my parents woke me up, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna like be a better person now. I'm gonna get dressed because it takes me so long, and like 10 minutes before my mom walked in, I was getting dressed, and then I had enough time to put one sock on. And then I heard my mom coming, so I jumped into bed and I pretended that I was asleep. So when she woke me up, I could be like, and surprise her when I had one sock on. And she told me that's all, because I told her I was surprising her. And that was the first time I realized it doesn't take everyone that long to put socks on. Because I'm like, no, I woke up earlier to put my socks on. And that's when I realized I had a thing.
Oh, wow.
And that's when I knew I had to, at some point, fix this.
And there's no like pills or anything?
I've tried different pills.
What kind do they give?
I don't know if the pills I was diagnosed with a lot of different things as a kid, so I don't remember what pills I were for what diagnosis.
Yeah.
I never liked anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just made me feel weird. But I think it's I mean, I don't want to get too much into this. Not that out of the disrespect to your inquisition. I just am trying to balance how to work a podcast still as the host when it's I want to hear about, you know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
And we're a couple minutes in and I'm talking about sinks right now.
Right.
So maybe we'll find an organic way.
Yeah.
But how do I just close it? Yeah, man, some people just have to touch things more than others, you know?
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to touch. Do you curse on this?
I prefer if you didn't.
All right. Fuck. All right.
Well,
Shit. All
no,
right.
come on, man.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. That was it. Just 2. I need 2.
Okay.
I actually need 3. 3 is like the match.
I
So
get it. Go
I'll
ahead.
leave it. No,
No.
but I'll surprise you. I'll leave that 3rd one for a surprise later on during the show. It just come out of nowhere, but it's gonna be loud.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it always takes me a couple minutes to settle into this.
Right.
I got a lot going on here.
Yeah.
Okay.
How long have you been doing this podcast?
Number 11. I guess I
Oh.
shouldn't say that yet because I don't know when this is coming out. I've recorded about 20 of them.
Nice.
I have a fair amount of them I haven't put out yet.
Mm-hmm.
I've been recording podcasts for years. I just never did anything with them.
Really?
Yeah. And then a couple months ago, I thought, okay,
Time
you know,
to-
just do it, man.
Wow. Was that the OCD?
No, I don't know. There's something going on.
Yeah.
But they were either too personal or too boring. Probably a combination of the two.
This one won't be boring.
You know, again,
My shoes are on.
Don't.
Made you look.
No. I saw you take them off at the door.
Did I?
Damn.
Am I wearing sock shoes?
No, they're just. Wait a minute.
What if I walk outside with just socks?
Those are shoes.
Yeah, those are shoes then,
You know,
right?
yeah. Well, I have a. Maybe you could connect to this. I have indoor clothes.
Okay, yeah.
I don't let outdoor clothes on the bed.
Oh, you shouldn't.
Right?
Yeah.
So picture your home, your bed, and that's just the way I see things.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, but also, how safe do I feel on this couch? You know?
Yeah.
This is clean as shit. People sleep over. I'm putting sheets down. That is up to you, man. That the guest chair. The guest chair is what it is. The guest chair, you know what that is? That's the stoop.
Oh man, I saw Bobby Lee on this chair, and his stand-up is crazy.
Also, by the way, I didn't know this because I had him take his shoes off.
Yeah.
Everyone's commenting about Bobby's foot fungus. He must have been talking about it.
Yeah.
I have a feeling he's joking because I don't think anyone would do that, but I gave it a little wipe.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he had no socks on.
Yeah, I didn't like that. But what am I gonna do? He's not wearing my socks. I do offer people socks when they take their shoes off with.
Do you really?
Yeah. Dude, it's so much. I'm so much,
What
man.
about bowling? How do you go bowling?
I got my own Dexters, dude.
Do you really?
I'm a good bowler.
Are you really?
I'm a good bowler. Almost bowled a perfect game once.
Really?
Yeah, first 9 frames, perfect. 10th, 3 away, hit the first one. I'm 2 away from a perfect game. And then I bowled an 8, and I picked up the spare.
So you got your picture up somewhere?
No, I mean,
Hey,
yeah,
no.
but not from bowling. I put my headshots up a lot of places.
That's funny.
My headshot is a picture of David Schwimmer. And it has my name, and every deli I go to, I put it behind the frame and casting off as it.
Do you really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'll put it up on the YouTube version, but I have people sending me messages that I don't even know who they are. They just saw Rick Glassman, and they say where they saw the picture.
Wow.
But we got to get into you, dude.
Me?
Yeah, we got to.
All right. But then,
Go ahead.
can I just say one thing about you?
No.
Whoa, you almost made me waste my 3rd one.
All right, I'm sorry. You go ahead. You say something.
All right. Yo, so when I tell people that I know you, I'm like, yo, this guy's the funniest guy I've ever met in my whole entire life, right? Because I say that because you'll meet someone that's funny, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you'd be like, oh, they're funny. They make you laugh every like 5 to 10 minutes, like a hilarious person, like in real life. Like on stage is different because you got your laughs for
Sure.
a minute, whatever. But like in real life, a normal like hilarious person will make you laugh like every 5 to 10 minutes. Like that's their intervals, right?
Okay.
Maybe 2 minutes if they're like really, if they're on it that day.
Damn, where am I?
But you,
Tell me.
wow, bro, I laugh every 30 seconds. And it's because, I don't know, it's like I've never met someone that can be always on. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's cool the way that you're saying that as a positive.
Right. What do you mean?
One of the things I've been working on with myself is not always being on because I feel that's been one of my biggest critiques.
No, you don't need to listen to people.
Well-
That's what's wrong with humans, right? Because this is, I said this earlier, a couple weeks ago. The moment you realize no one cares is when everything will be all right. Because no one cares about you. They don't care about your well-being. They don't care about they care about themselves and how they are in that environment. Oh, this guy's making me feel uncomfortable. It's all about them. But you're having
saying
the best
socially.
time.
You're
Yes.
saying in a group setting.
Yes.
Okay.
You are living you do what makes you happy.
I love that perspective and I subscribe to that perspective. But
Yeah.
another thing that comes with that is the awareness of when is you doing you getting in somebody else's way? And I could come into a group and just fucking kill, right?
Yeah.
And then it feels so good. And then instead of just getting out, I go, let me try this again, but bigger. You know what I mean? And it might work, but eventually the house is going to win. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you just, I lack awareness of how people receive me.
Right.
And that has been a blessing on one hand because it has allowed me to dance like no one's watching.
Right.
But at the same time, I don't pick up on when people are, which I've been learning is doing this. You know, kind of like making subtle faces or looking to somebody else. So I don't know when it's too much. So
nah, it's like I feel like you're extroverted, right?
sure.
So you get energy. So I'm the opposite. When I'm out in public, I lose my energy.
I read on your Wikipedia that I don't remember what it was. I'm paraphrasing here, but it was he has been known to be very calm and subdued, though his vines show him to be quite outgoing.
What?
And I read them like, yeah, that's kind of what I'm picking up on.
Really?
Yeah.
It says that on Wikipedia?
Yeah, I want to pull up the exactly what it was. Actually.
That's crazy. So I feel like there's a phrase and it sucks. It's like they don't realize someone's a legend until they're dead. Like I feel like that's you.
I'm a legend?
I feel eventually.
I feel this, dude. I gotta be honest with you. I feel the same way.
Right?
Yeah.
Look, I see it.
I appreciate it.
I see it. Like,
Thank
you know
you.
what I mean? Like it's
I mean, you know,
oh wow, that picture.
so handsome.
But yeah, that I see that in you.
That's really nice, man. Thank you.
It's when you get that one door to open for you, and then you can get on your Adam Sandler vibe, and you can just do what you want to do, and your mind tells you to do. When they give you that open door, that he smokes a lot of weed in his movies. Seth Rogen. When you get that key, and you can just and you can just create what you want to create. I feel like that's when it happens for you.
And that key, I think, was given to me when I started the Take Your Shoes Off podcast.
By yourself.
I don't know if I'm going to keep that in the podcast, but I think I might want to use that as a promo clip. Dude, man, once you're fucking a legend, dude. Blah 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 blah. Take your shoes off, quick, a tight 15 seconds. It's business, baby.
Yeah, I understand.
Bachelor has been noted to have a calm demeanor, contrasting with his exuberant Vine persona.
How many people have met me to put that in Wikipedia?
I don't know, man, but I'll tell you the difference. I don't even have a Wikipedia. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm a few steps away from Rogan.
Wow, you'll get there.
Yeah. So I've known about you for a while, obviously, since Vine, and then we have some mutual friends, and I've seen you here and there. The first time I could remember meeting you was when we auditioned for a voiceover for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at Nickelodeon, and I've seen you a few times since. You've always been so nice to me. You just seem like a nice dude.
Yeah.
But then when we were at Divine's house for the 4th, we were playing a little bit, and then you sent me some music that you made. I had your number, and with your number, I thought, I want to ask him to do my podcast.
Yeah.
But I don't know you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's something superficial about asking people who have a lot of followers. I mean, just having a lot of followers makes people want to have you on a thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not going to pretend that isn't part of it.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. So I had to check in with myself a few times about what my true intention is in this. And this is okay because I don't know if I feel or I fear, but at least one of the two,
right,
that somebody else is always going to know what that is.
Right.
So, and then what allowed me to do it was we were laughing together a whole bunch.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask him. And he could say no.
Right.
Like I'm having this, like I'm asking a girl on a date type of thing, but without the nerves of is she gonna like me? But just like I guess maybe the same thing.
Wow, now I want to look at these texts to see how you approached me.
I don't remember how I worded it. I don't think the wording was as calculated as me making the decision.
Do my podcast.
Yeah, 3 swears tops.
Scoot doo, blabbity blue.
Oh, you just slipped in right when I said you're hilarious. You slipped in right when I watched your material and I said LMFAO hilarious. You used that window and you went right in.
Funny. But look, it was 15 minutes later. So it was the next text, but it wasn't right away.
Oh, yeah, but look, see, the thing is, what's crazy is I was wanting to work with you ever since we had that game night at Mary's house.
Right.
Because you were everything you said that night was funny.
That's another example of, I think I go into those game nights and situations like that killing.
Yeah.
And I have since found out that some people see that, but some people are like, oh, I don't want Rick here again. That's what I was talking about. And I'm not saying those people are right or wrong.
Wait, someone said that about that game night?
Not necessarily that game night, although since other things. I've been kicked out of everything.
Right.
I'm just always too much.
Yeah.
I've gotten better at it. And since I've started to like check in a little bit differently. Right. And I have been noticing some people like, oh, this person is not on my frequency, which is a bummer, but what am I going to do about it?
Right.
So I love that you felt that way, but I could also have imagined of like, I came in hot, dude.
Yeah.
I came in with
and are you still dating?
I mean,
that was your first date, right?
I don't know if it was even a date. I mean, it's a girl that I've gone out with a couple of times. So
right.
I guess. Mm-hmm. And we still talk every now and then, but I don't leave the house, So no.
Yeah, right.
But maybe. But yeah, here's a pretty girl that I want to like me. Yeah. I'm with a whole bunch of people. I know 5 of them.
Right.
And
you're killing. Everyone's laughing. I don't understand.
I don't know. I'm loving this.
Yeah.
I wanted to let you in on me for a second.
Right.
I still want to get, and we're going to, and it's going to be great. I can trim some of this stuff out. Great, not a problem. But like, I think I know how to say this, but it's an analogy. Okay. Yeah. You're a piano player.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you an analogy about receiving
I get you.
So
I get
Jewish
you.
the way I'm being right now.
No, I get you.
Receiving compliments as the host is different than as the guest. Because as the guest, I could lean into the confident guy.
Right.
As the host, I could be like, I appreciate it, but tell me about, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But also like, give it to me. Tell me all of it.
You got to do an episode where it's about you.
Yeah. I've been doing it for a while. So I have this is literal, but also a metaphor for being and or playing humble. Okay. I'm a great piano player.
Right.
I go into a house party. I sit down at the piano. I'm saying, hey guys, look at me. I have something to prove. Right? But if I walk in and you're like, yo, Rick, don't you play piano? And I go, yeah, but nah. And everyone's like, come on. Now I have nothing to lose.
Right.
And being in a position of where people are, where I'm not saying look at me, but everybody is looking at me or, whomever, it's a better position to thrive. It's just the context.
Underdog.
In a way, it's a similar psychology to underdog, but it doesn't mean I'm an underdog. If I say, yo, man, don't you play? He's really good. Yeah, but I don't want to play right now. I believe that you could play. You're not the underdog. It's just you don't want to do it, or you're selling that.
Yeah.
You're doing us a favor by performing for us instead of us doing you a favor by giving you the attention.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
And it's just the context that it's built in. So I love everything that you're saying.
Right.
But like,
we can't talk about it.
Well, slip them in. We'll slip them in here and there. Just, I feel like I played.
Yeah.
And, oh my God, could I play?
Right.
But, let's move on. So, you have 17 million followers.
Oh, I didn't even answer your question about how I felt when you asked me to do the podcast.
Oh, yeah, go.
Yeah, so, of course, the following and people want to and I always see that. I always see through that. And
I want you to expand on that, please. That's so interesting to me.
So yeah, it's the position I'm in
as somebody with a lot of followers.
Right. People always see it, but I don't see it like that. I see it like, oh, we're equals. You know what I mean? Like, I see you as a comedian. I see me as a comedian. I see you as a certain energy. I see me as a certain energy. If our energies connect, then I'll do whatever. You know what I mean? Do it for free. But if our energies don't connect and we're on a different frequency, and you approach me to do something that I don't really want to do, I'll approach it business-wise, and I'll see, let me check my schedule. Let me fit you in. Let me see how I'm going to be there. This is my rate for doing this, and da-da-da-da-da. But I connected with you on a way that we didn't, not like connecting like talking, but like I see how kind of your life is, and like the creativity side, and how your creativity takes over and it kind of runs your heart, if that makes sense. I don't
It's
know.
kind of making me emotional.
Right?
Yeah.
But like I'm the same way. Like I love like create, like if I couldn't do acting or couldn't be a creative, I go crazy. You know what I mean? So I felt like we connected on that. And that's why it's like whatever you wanted to do, I was just like, yeah, I'm down.
Dope.
You know, that's why when you said it, I would say I'd love to do the podcast, you know?
I want you, because that was what I was going to ask you. I want you to talk more about that, because having so many followers in a time where it's currency
Yeah.
is something that I can't empathize with strong enough, but I recognize it exists.
Right.
I did a podcast with Blake Griffin, and we were talking about something similar to this. It wasn't about followers. It was about him being just a superstar.
Right.
And people that he said, I'm always just so super sensitive. He's always super sensitive and always looking for what people want.
Right.
And like, what a tough, I mean, I guess you have to, but
No.
what a tough position to be in.
But you can tell. It's like being a pretty girl, right? A pretty girl can tell if a guy's, well, you know, because she's been pretty for her whole life. So she's had different people approach. And by all those people approaching her, she can tell who wants her for just to like get in her pants or who wants her to like get to know her. Because like, yo, I think your personality is dope. Right? So me, having the followers, I can now like tell like who's like, yo, this guy's got a lot of followers. Yo, we need to like take advantage of this. And I can accept it because I can see it, so I can be like, oh yeah, you can take advantage, and because it's gonna benefit me in this way, and this I'll get such amount. You know what I mean? And I had an example of that where I went to a restaurant. This was actually like 2 days ago, and I'm sitting at the restaurant, and I went by myself, introvert. I went by myself, and I do this all the time, right? I go places by myself all the time, and of course, people, they know me, so they come and they say hi. And this lady, she was sitting next to me. She saw all these people coming up to say hi and whatever. And she leans over and she's like, I respect this about you coming to the restaurant by yourself. And I was like, oh, well, thank you. You know, to me, it's just a normal thing. She's like, what do you do? And I say, you know, I'm an actor. And then she says, are you an actor or are you an influencer? And I said, what's the difference? And I said, is The Rock an actor or is The Rock an influencer? Because anyone who's successful at what they do is going to have a fan base, right? And having that fan base makes you an influencer. If you're a role model, you're an influencer, right? So I told her I'm both. You know what I mean? And she was kind of confused. And then she turned it around. She said, an influencer is someone who knows all the hot spots of hotels, all the discounts on this, and they promote that.
A lifestyle influencer.
Yeah, exactly. So I said, oh, well then no, I'm not an influencer.
I want to talk about that because I have some. I mean, it's all a definition thing, and I do look at influencers and actors as not mutually exclusive things, but separate things. And you came from Vine. Obviously, you didn't come from Vine, but like,
yeah, that's where the fame came from.
The celebrity of it came from Vine, and it's almost like you came up. You were famous from this thing first,
right?
And then you were given opportunities because of that exposure,
right?
So, you know, as much as Eminem did 8 Mile, he's a rapper,
right?
And that's what he's known as.
Yeah,
it could be stigmatized or not. It depends on how much you care about it or not.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't care. For me, the way I see it is to be successful. The only way to be successful is to be smart, and not just smart. You have to be smarter than everybody else, right? So that's what I kind of.
You have to be smarter than everybody else. I mean, that's a beautiful statement, but
that's the only way you can like. I mean, you have to.
Well, how would you combat the idea that it's important to surround yourself with people smarter than you?
Yeah, you can.
But then, could you be successful if you're around everybody who's smarter than you?
Yeah, because they're gonna make you smarter than everybody else.
Okay.
They're gonna bring you on their playing field.
So your circle's got to be smart.
Your circle's got to be smart. And
smart circle.
A smart circle. What was I saying?
Talking about being an influencer.
Oh yeah. So the way I saw it was I wanted to be an actor. That since I was in the 3rd grade. How was I gonna do it? My parents were like, "Nah, you're not moving to California. The competition's too high."
And you went to acting school for a little, right?
Went to acting school, trying to figure it out. I did everything. I did stand up. Started off doing that was stand up. Stand up was
man,
the
I
first
would have
thing.
loved to have seen you do stand up.
Yeah, I still do it.
Do you?
Yeah. So stand up was the first thing I ever did, right? Because I heard if you do the stand up, you'll get discovered and you'll get your own sitcom.
So you did stand up as a means to an end.
Exactly. So I did that. Then I wasn't getting discovered. You know, I would perform here. I was doing 6 open mics a night, and then I booked maybe one show here, and then book a show there, and book a show there. I loved it. It was so much fun because I got to meet people and different creative people. So stand up didn't get discovered. Next thing I saw was
How old are you when you started stand up?
2010. So I was.
That's when you moved out here.
Yeah.
So was that 21, 22?
Yeah, like 20. I almost cursed again. I still got my third curse word left. I was like 20 or 21.
Okay.
Yeah. So stand up didn't work. Then I went on YouTube. I was like, all right, let me make this YouTube video. I see people going viral on YouTube. Let me try that.
And this is all to get a sitcom.
Yes. Then that didn't work. I mean, I had like 23,000 subscribers, and I was going at it hard. I was wasting a bunch of money. Wasn't working. So I was like,
shit's so expensive just when you wanted to buy props and costumes and lights.
so expensive. And I was like, I can't do
I
this.
used to do it so much too.
Right? So then
And it takes so long, and then 20 people see it. I guess you had a decent amount of subscribers.
That's the thing. I would do a thing I spent tons of money on.
So much time.
1,000 views.
Yeah, it's like
500 views.
No,
I remember I got 1,500 views. I was like, yeah, I'm viral. 1,500 views. Mom, look at me now, Mom. And actually it was the opposite. I actually called my mom and cried because I remember I was like, I spent so much money doing this and it didn't get any views, and she was telling me not to give up, but also like give up if it doesn't work in a year. Then Vine came out, and I was like, oh, I could shoot this on my phone, 6-second videos, and I would just do it. All of a sudden, like, I remember when I had 27,000 followers in like a month or something. I was like, what? I just passed my YouTube?
Why do you think that happened? Why do you think it took off? I believe that the people that got on Vine in the ground floor, it helped because there was only so many people doing it.
Right, exactly.
But why are yours working?
Mine was working. Mine was working at the time because mine were working.
They were working.
My Vines were working.
I think is if it's a hypothetical. If mine was working, then it would have been.
Yeah.
But since they were working,
and we're talking about my Vines, so my Vines were working.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, yeah, we did that.
if I had somebody editing, I would want to have something come up that explains the rules, maybe a bouncing ball or something. But this is something that's going to get less than 1,500 views. So
no, this will get a lot of views.
damn. All right, I'm gonna.
Well, more than your other ones, hopefully. If you use the King Bach in the title, you have to put the King Bach in the title.
Okay.
King Bach podcast, and then starring Rick Glassman.
Could I put something that is just the people are gonna make him want to see it more, like King Bach sucks comedian's dick on podcast or something like that?
That'll work.
All right, we'll have to shoot something so I could get a funny thumbnail.
Yeah. Well, maybe you print out my face and then put it by.
No, because then it looks like I'm being derogatory towards you instead of connecting with you.
But then when they watch the video,
if
they'll see.
They do, or they may say, "Fuck this guy taking advantage of that picture of King Bach. I love that dude."
Yeah, you're right.
So I'm just gonna, and by the way, it's just for jokes.
Right.
I'm gonna have you suck my dick on this for jokes.
Just
not
for
that there's
jokes.
anything wrong with it anyway.
Just for jokes.
Yeah, JFJ.
Oh, I gotta tell you a funny story later after this. All right, but yeah.
Are you gonna remember it?
Yeah. If you tell, you gotta remind me, suck my dick for jokes, and then you gotta.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I end every podcast with that saying anyway. So.
Okay. Wow, that's crazy. So yeah, the Vine started to take off, and the reason why was there were no black people on Vine at the time, and I was bringing the culture to Vine. You know what I mean? Yep. Like I was bringing my flavor, what I thought was funny to Vine. Who's just calling me? Oh, I gotta tell him.
You could.
Hey.
Hi, Nugget.
I'm on a podcast right now. Can I call you back later?
Oh, yeah, call me later. Have fun.
All right, bye.
Who's that?
Yeah, let's not get into specifics. Anyways, so
She sounded affectionate. She sounded young and affectionate.
she was very young and affectionate.
Are you guys together?
No. I'm single.
Damn.
Right? A ring on that finger. Yeah. Boom. So yeah, Vine started to take off, and after that happened, everything started to, all the views started to go back to everything else I was doing. Like they went back to the YouTube video. That YouTube video I got 1,500 views on. I went back, it was now at 100,000 views.
What's the video?
Django.
All
It's
right.
Django parody Unchained.
Okay. Well, I'll probably I'll have it be running here in silent for a little bit.
Yes, and you guys can see right now while this video's running how much effort I put into that video for it to only get 1,500 views. Then they went back on my other videos and all of them started to go. And then now I was like, and it all started to click for me. It was like you said, get on something on the ground and go, and then, but it can't just be anything that's not popular. Like Vine was popular at the time. It was booming. It was booming. So then, yeah. And then after Vine died, then
Hold on, before we get to Vine dying, I want to kind of concentrate that a little bit.
Yeah.
You have 23,000 followers, and you're saying, okay, you're seeing some momentum.
Right.
You lean into it more. You're making more videos.
So-
you're spending more time. There's a Vine network of like 15 people that like everybody knew, and you guys all did stuff together.
Right. So the way I viewed it, before I even get into that, I viewed everything, because I did sports. So I view everything as like
What sport?
I did track and field, and I did high jump, and I'm short, right? And I jumped 7 feet 2.5 inches. I have, I think, the 6th highest jump at my university ever in history, Florida State University, something like that, like the 6th highest jump.
Cool.
And yeah, so that's the way I look at everything. If you put enough time and work in it, you can be the greatest at whatever you want to do. And that's why I say that for you. Like, I see, like, once you get that key, you're gonna be a legend. And don't you forget me. You cast me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna forget. I have a pretty good memory.
All
What
right.
do you mean by that? Not forget you though.
Like when you get the keys.
You saying like I need to do something for you, or just remember who you are?
Yeah, just like, put me in a movie.
If you're right for it, man. But I mean, at this point, it's 2048.
2048?
It's gonna take me a while. I got a niche following.
Bro, you gotta hurry up.
I'm working on it, baby.
All right. So look, 10,000 hours, I think it is. Whatever you could be great at. So I did that for viral videos. So I studied and I learned how to make viral videos.
What did you study? What did you notice? What techniques did you pick up on that work versus
I
don't
watched
work?
what white people did. Like, that's what was going viral at the time, and I was like, oh, where's the black version of that?
Right.
You know what I mean? So
What were white people do? What were white people doing?
oh, you think they would be dramatic for no reason, and then just cry for no reason, or just yell and do crazy stuff. So I would do that, but I would do it with like something that would happen. Like I remember my first one that went viral was a close up on me crying, and it's me crying, and the camera pans out, and I'm like, my eyes are red, tears are, and then it pans out, and it just shows that I ran out of toilet paper.
And the math for that was, you noticed, all right, people like when people cry.
Yeah, people.
So let
like,
me write something around me crying.
and then they think, oh, this is such a serious video. Video. Pan out. Oh, he's crying because he doesn't have any because he ran out of toilet paper. Like I feel him for that, and that's exaggerated. Oh, that is kind of funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then people would share that, and it's like, yo, look, this is how I feel when I run out of toilet paper too, and da da da. But it's like heightened. And so what I say about like being smarter is like I would write down I had a calendar, and on the calendar I would write how many followers I was getting each day. So it started off like at 500 followers, and I did this video. Or I'd write the video I did this video, this got 1,000 followers. I did this video, got 300 followers. I did this video, got 10,000 followers. And I started it all became math to me. It's like, oh, if I do this type of video, they respond like this. If I do this, and then I started to figure out that comedy has its specific demos, right? And then I figured out how to make comedy that could reach the most masses. It could reach a mass of people. And I started to realize, like, and that's where I see where you come in, where some of your comedy, it's funny, it's hilarious to me, it's hilarious to a male, but then this girl, she's not gonna find that funny. So how do you formulate that joke you just told to make it funny for me and make it funny for her? And that's what I did through Vine. You know what I mean? So I figured out how to make, and I went from 5,000. I went from getting 500 to 1,000 and 10,000 to I was getting 50,000 followers a day. So I went from 6,000 followers to 1 million followers in less than a month from figuring out how to do that. So, and that's why I say become smart, trying to be smarter than other people, because no one's doing that. People are just making videos to make videos and do this, but I was calculating every type of video I was doing, and I figured out relationship videos do the best. I figured out that relatable videos do the best.
What's a relatable video?
Like something like, if someone comes in your house and doesn't take off your shoes, how does that make you feel? And, you know, and I did a video like, the way I made fun of that was this guy, he invited me and my boy over, and I was like, oh man, thanks for inviting us. I was like, yo, you gotta take your shoes off. And we're like, hey man, thanks for having us, man. And we didn't even come in. We just, thanks for having us, man. We'll see you later. And we just walked away. So that's how I do those type of relatable videos. So yeah, and then that's what got me the big following. And you also gotta not lose sight of your goals and your dreams. So my goal was to be a movie star, right? To do acting.
It seemed like I thought it was sitcoms.
Well,
a sitcom.
Yeah, that was a way to get to the movies. I saw that to do sitcoms, the way I was looking, I was like, I need the career path of Will Smith. Will Smith, he did Fresh Prince and da-da-da-da-da, right?
The king, by the way.
Yes.
We don't need to get into it now, but he's the king for me.
He is the king. So
Gotta get him on the podcast.
I can introduce you guys.
Are you guys friends for real?
Yeah, I know him.
Swear to God?
Yeah.
You have his number?
No.
So you ran into him, he's saying what's up, but you guys aren't getting lunch.
I mean, we could get lunch.
How?
Because I got my ways. We follow each other on Instagram. I could DM him. That's pretty much like having his number. Wait, but can I finish? Okay. I may be going to his house at the end of the month. You're invited. So I was just being smarter. What?
My eyes are watering.
I see that.
And I don't mean that because I'll be out of town. I don't think I can come. I'll fly back in. But but that, all right, go ahead. The chemicals in my body right now are like confusing me. Go ahead.
Right.
Let me just listen a little bit more.
So yeah, 6,000 to 1 million followers, less than a month. Then the agency started to call me. UTA, CAA, WME, all of them. Figured out UTA was my best fit for me. Then
So political the way you answered it, just in case anyone's listening. By the way, UTA and
UTA,
shout out.
best fit for me. Jordan Burkus, Josh Katz. Hey, love you guys. So then it was time to prove myself. They put me on the auditions, and I think I booked my second audition, which is House of Lies. So I did 6 episodes of House of Lies with Don Cheadle, and it was great. And then that's what really knocked it off. Then I was the first like Vine guy to be on a TV show. Mm-hmm. So now everyone, and then that just boosted my career. My Vine
Probably also changed the landscape and the idea of what a Vine celebrity was in that moment.
Yes.
Like they could break out.
Yeah, exactly. So everyone's, and then after that, I did the Mindy Project. So I did like 5 episodes of the Mindy Project. So I'm doing like TV
You making
shows.
cake?
Yeah, I'm making more money on Vine. Way more money. So
And where's the money on Vine coming from? Advertising.
Okay. So, and I was making like $300,000 for one 6-second video.
Swear to God.
Yeah.
What company paid you $300,000?
I can't say the company. I signed documents. But I said I did a 60 minutes interview, and the guy, he was asking me how much money I made, and I said I can retire. And he looked
from Vine.
From Vine, I could retire from Vine. I was making more on Vine than doing the acting, than doing the.
Tell me some companies that you worked with on Vine without numbers.
McDonald's, Jimmy John's, Samsung. There's a whole bunch. Yeah.
And they reach out to you.
Yeah.
And it's usually for one video.
Yeah.
What does McDonald's pay?
I can't say.
They give you NDAs too?
Yeah, all of them do.
What was the $300,000 video? Could you explain what the joke in it was?
I see what you're doing. You're gonna try and find it.
Well, tell me what the joke was.
I can tell you after we finish. Yeah.
That's crazy. You got a check? It's a check in the mail?
Yeah.
And you didn't have an agent at the time.
It's not a check in the mail. It's wired. It's wired into my account.
And you don't have an agent. There's no commission on
I
this.
do have an agent, but the agents don't get commission off of that.
So it was just $300K in the bank. You pay your taxes on it. You're out the door. 6-second video. From agreement, when you decided to do it, how long did it take you to? Did it take you a long time to write, or is it just I know the bit? Let me just make it.
At the time, every video I would do would get 6 million views. So,
But how long did it take you to? You filmed it in an hour?
I'd film it in like 10 minutes.
So there wasn't much prep. You didn't need the location. There wasn't.
They gave me the location. If it's the
Okay, so it wasn't Samsung. It was either.
No, if it's a Samsung
You're not
store,
going to a Samsung. Come on.
if it's a Samsung store, they give you the location.
Do you think anybody who is going to be a legend can't deduce the difference between a location that matters versus a Sam? I've never seen a Samsung store.
What are you talking about?
You see Samsung?
There's Samsung stores.
All right, I'll bet you $200 it wasn't a Samsung.
All right. Anyways, so yeah, I would. Yeah,
Wow.
they would pay me money, and I would just do that. So
But that's not what you want to do. That's just money.
and that's where the influencer thing comes in. That's where a lot of people are getting distracted from their goals
Because they're making so much money.
You make so much money.
Why leave that?
Why leave that? If you're
Right.
making $15 million a year, why would you go off and do acting when you can, you know what I mean? So people,
Which is a fair question.
yeah. But me, I was, no, that's not my goal. I need to focus on this. So I kept doing acting classes. I kept doing auditions. And I kept going and doing movies. And then I started doing more movies. And
What was the first movie you did?
I think it was called Meet the Blacks. It was either Meet the Blacks or 50 Shades of Black. It was something black. But I knew Marlon Wayans. I knew Marlon Wayans, and he's always like, yo, we should work together. He's a fan of the Vines. We should work together. You're funny, da-da-da-da. I'm like, dope, yeah. And one day he calls me. He's like, yo, man, I know we've been talking about working together. I got this role for you in my upcoming movie. You should do it. And I was like, hell yeah, I'll do it. And yeah, it was 50 Shades of Black. I did that. That's when it just like started to make sense. I was like, all right, this is what I need to do. I need to network as well as doing that and going to this event and trying to figure out how I can make it all work so I can reach my ultimate goal. And
So then Vine ends.
yeah,
But there was a transition from Vine. Before Vine ended, Instagram's doing videos.
Instagram's doing videos.
So you're probably feeling Vine calming down, right?
But and I'm not even really focused on that because I'm doing so
Right,
many
okay.
TV shows and movies at the time.
So you've decided to step a little bit further away from doing the advertising stuff as much before Vine even goes away.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Leaving it at the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that was another thing why I could set my prices so high is because I have a Guinness Book of World Records for the most Vine followers. So I have,
What was that? What's that number?
I don't remember. I think it's like 16.2 million or
Okay.
something like that. So yeah, and that's why I could set my prices so high because
You were saying no to things?
the advertisers say how much for this, and I'd be like, $500,000, and the next person that was lower than me, they had the second most follower person probably had like 2 million less followers than me. So I could say my own price because I was at the top.
What's the most you got for something?
The most I've got?
For what for one video?
Oh, for one video, probably like 350.
What'd your mom say when you told her that? I guess 350. Before you make it 350, you probably made another big one. What was the first one that you did that was like? I mean, $10,000 is a lot of money.
So the first one that I made was $6,000.
Okay.
It was $6,000, and that's coming from not making any money.
Right.
That's like $6,000. Are you crazy? $6,000 for a 6-second video?
Yeah.
I was like, all right, yeah, let's do it. Do it. Don't mess it up. Just do it.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm in that mode. And then the next one, I was like, all right, tell him 15,000.
Who's telling? Who are you talking to?
To my sister. She's my manager.
Okay. Still.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Still to this day. So I was like, I felt like mini me. I was just like, tell him 15,000.
Yeah, literally making it up.
Yeah, just making up. And they're like, yeah, I think that's cool. And I was like, what do you mean that's cool? We could have went higher. And next one I said, tell him 100,000.
Is that the third one? You went from 6 to 15 to 100?
Yeah.
And they said, yeah?
Yeah.
That's fucking mental. By
Yeah.
the way, I just did your third swear.
No, that's your swear.
Yeah.
And he swore before that, but
Swore.
swore.
It
Before.
was a swear.
Wow, my English. I'm Canadian, so my English is way off.
Oh, congratulations, and also I'm sorry about your loss.
Oh, Kawhi.
Oh, I don't know. That's something I just meant to you say to people.
Oh,
There's always something to congratulate and apologize for. You know?
oh yeah.
But yeah, Kawhi. Damn, 100,000.
100,000.
Who tells your mom? Your sister or you?
So I do because my mom was telling me how stupid it was for doing these 6-second videos, and she didn't even know I was popular yet. She calls me and said, "What is this Vine thing? I have people at church coming to take pictures with me because they say you famous on Vine." I was like, "Yeah, mom, I'm out here doing Vine videos, 6-second videos," and yeah, so the check started to come in, and yeah, it was just
That's real money, man.
Yeah, it's.
I mean,
real.
6,000 is real money, but that's life-changing money. What you were making,
Yeah.
and then it just kept growing. And also, how many ads were you doing a month?
I would probably do like 2 or 3.
2 or 3 a month.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it was crazy.
So then,
So the TV roles would come in, and the pay, I was pretty much doing TV for free because I was like, this is nothing. These actors don't make anything
guest star stuff.
unless you're The Rock and you're
Series regulars make significant money.
right, series regulars.
But if
yeah.
you're coming in for a day or doing a few episodes,
yeah.
it's very confusing to me. And I heard that wasn't the way it was, 8 years ago.
Mm.
But if you do a show, like a cool network show, is a guest star, there's co-stars, you come in for like a line or two. A guest star is like you have a significant role. Mm-hmm. You make $5,000, but
Yeah.
then after agent, manager, and lawyer and taxes, you make $2,500 on that.
Yeah.
You have to do a few of those a month to live.
Yeah.
I don't understand how people are acting just doing guests, and it's so hard. You have to go on so many auditions.
So many auditions.
Like you book one of those things, it's like a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
And then you cover your rent for the month.
Yeah.
Man, it's tough out there being a guest star actor.
Yeah, it really is. And so I was saying, I'm pretty much, so people would ask me, how much are you getting for this role? I would say I literally didn't know because it was so little. I was just like, I have no idea. I'm focused on this is
Then why
where
are you
I'm
saying
making
yes to this? For relationships, experience, or you just want to try
acting.
stuff?
I love acting. That's why I would do it. And
So you enjoyed coming in being a guest.
yeah, I loved it because then I was working with people I loved watching, Don Cheadle, Marlon Wayans, Mindy Kaling. It's just people that I grew up loving. So I was like, I'd do this. I would do it for volunteer,
Did you feel a difference with doing somebody else's material versus what you came up doing, which was your own?
I did at first, and then I realized as an actor, some writers aren't performers, and they're just writing how they see it in their head, and so I put my own voice on it, and then I started to improvise, and then the directors would love it.
Have you had experience where you can improvise?
I can.
Have you had experiences working on shows that don't allow improvisation?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
How does that feel for you?
I make it work. I don't love it, but I make it work. But the majority of directors that I've worked with, they allow me to improvise. So I did a movie called The Babysitter. McG directed it. He did Terminator, Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, that's how your connection with Mary, I assume?
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, Mary did that movie too. So we did that movie, and I think that was the biggest role I had up to date. I think I had like maybe 4 million followers on Vine at the time, and they were like, all right, we'll give this social media guy. This is when it was like, what is it, influence? All right, we'll give him a chance and we'll see what happens.
Right.
And this is when they weren't really giving social media people chances.
Did you feel you were representing other social media people?
I did. So I went in there, and the difference between me and a lot of social media, they don't do stand up, right? So there's comedy is different levels, right? You have comedy in sitcoms, you have comedy in TV, you have comedy on movies, you have comedy in stand up, and those are all different cadences, all different voices. You know what I mean? Like all different delivery types. So me understanding that, I knew that movie comedy was different. So I had to channel that when I was doing The Babysitter. And
movie comedy is different than TV comedy.
yeah, like if you watch,
I mean, tones I know are different, but there's
Tones, that's what I mean.
But there's so many, you watch so many TV shows that are more cinematic than movies now.
yeah, but that's not a sitcom. You know what I mean?
You're talking, when you say TV, you mean like a multicam.
Right.
I understand.
Yeah.
TV and multicam are different things. Multicam is its own animal. I understand what you're saying.
And
now.
then stand up is different from that. Like the delivery, it's
Multicam is probably the closest to like sketch comedy, like just
Right.
big, broad character. I understand what you're saying now.
So the difference is, and why I said that is because they gave YouTubers chances to be on TV, and it wasn't translating because the YouTubers didn't understand that YouTube comedy is different from traditional comedy. And they would take the YouTube comedy and they would put that on the traditional, and it wasn't translating. You know what I mean? But
How would you define YouTube comedy?
what's up, guys?
So
it's-
vlogger,
yeah,
style
like a
stuff.
like a
personality.
vlog. Exactly, where it's like,
Could you give us a 20-second, if you were gonna put everything behind you, if your dream was you wanted to be a YouTuber and do YouTube comedy, could I see how you would open up one of your videos real quick?
yo, what's up, guys? It's King Bach. Yo, thanks for tuning into the vlog. Yo, we got a crazy day ahead of us. I think I'm gonna punch one of my friends in the balls. That's crazy. Look, if you like this video, like and subscribe. Talk to you later. Deuces. I love you guys. You guys are my family. Something like that.
Yeah, I think you'd be really good at that.
I should be a YouTuber.
I want to try that. What's up, y'all? Rick Glassman here. Blap, blap, Big Rick into the ink man. I'm going to punch you in the dick, you bitch. Yo, but all jokes aside, you my family. And I've always wanted to do this kind of... So... I've always wanted to be able to do this, and I've always played around like with my buddies. Like, I'm always the goofy guy. But to have a voice and to have you people come and subscribe, and I read every... I swear to God, I read every comment. Deuces or something like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You forgot like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
You always have to tell me like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Yo,
yeah.
I saw a meme the other day. This girl, she's on her back and she's like this, and her eyes are like this, right? And she's laying on her stomach, and her eyes are like this. And the meme says, when he's hitting it from the back, and you hear, "Hey guys, that's all for today's video. Make sure you like and subscribe." And her face is like, like this.
I got when before podcasts for the iTunes and the blah blah blah. Who gives a shit? I record like an intro. It's like that. What's up, Glass? I have this. I have a fan army name that I made for myself. I always thought they were so ridiculous.
Right.
So I made one Glassman Boppers, like making fun of it. And now, like, it's just Team Glassman Boppers.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like, I don't think I've lost my irony, but I don't think it necessarily translates. So when people are tuning in, they're hearing me. What's up, Glassman Boppers? It's your boy Rick. We got a big one for you today. Kind of like that shit.
Yeah.
And I do get. I don't think I get self-conscious, but I'm trying to get better at that because I want people to subscribe. I want to say subscribe, but also like you can't do a call to action. They got to want to do it, So I don't know how to do that.
You call to action because they don't remember.
So so you got to say, make sure you like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe. It's like, oh yeah, I like this guy. Because what they'll do is they'll watch a video and they'll just, oh, this guy's dope, and they'll just go to the next video, or they'll turn it off. But if you tell them like and subscribe, like, oh yeah, of course, I love you. Let me like and subscribe. If they don't like you, then they're not gonna do it.
Okay, I think I'm going to lean into that. Mm-hmm. Maybe for this one.
Yeah. Hey guys, right now, is this on YouTube?
Yeah, I was holding for sound.
Oh yeah, such a professional. Guys, right now we want to make this Rick's most liked video. So what you're doing right now, you like it right now. We're gonna make this. We're gonna set a record right now for Rick Glassman. We're gonna make this his most liked video.
I don't care about the likes. You know what I care about?
It's the subscriptions, the views.
Subscriptions.
Yeah, well, they like it, and it's an algorithm thing.
Who cares, man? We're all fucking stardust, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, so you're making fucking $5 million a year selling Jimmy John's, right? Now you're like
Jimmy John's.
All right, so I'm gonna go. Isn't that what the sub place that you said? What did you say?
Oh yeah, Jimmy John's.
Yeah.
Wait,
Shout out to Jimmy
is it-
John's, by the way.
Yeah, Jimmy John's. I know him. He's a good guy. A nice guy. I met him. Met him on his yacht. He's still alive.
Good. I didn't picture him being dead.
I don't know, because the Subway guy, he's probably dead right now, right?
Who's the Subway guy?
Exactly. His name's not Subway.
Yeah, he didn't name it after him.
Who is the Subway guy? We got to find that out.
I don't.
You don't care.
Listen, man. One thing you got to be able to be good in this world is pattern recognition. Recognize the fat. Get rid of it.
Right.
All right?
Yeah.
Best case scenario, we get a name. We look him up. 4 minutes goes by.
4? I can do it in 2.
I'll put the theme song up here real quick.
Scoot doo,
All right.
blabbity blue.
Fred DeLuca and Peter Buck. I'll tell you who's dead and who's alive. He's only worth 1.6 billion. That's it? He started Subway. He's alive still. And Fred is 3.5 billion.
The amount of money that you must be making if you say that's it to anybody who's in the billion club is crazy.
Yeah, he's still alive. Oh, he died September 14th, 2015.
Oh.
Rest in peace. Okay, what were we talking about?
Exactly. This is why you don't look up owners.
Yeah.
I have a hard rule on my podcast that I never enforce. I'm going to start to.
Yeah.
You don't look up founders. What's going on with that? You found a rock and you're into it? The rocking that you're doing
yeah,
right
I
now?
like this because my feet aren't rocking. It's my body doing the rocking, and now my feet get to enjoy the rock.
Yeah, I get that. Sometimes it's important for the feet to enjoy the rest of the body. It's literally the one always holding you up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's time that I give my feet a little.
All right, so you made some money on Vine,
Right.
and now
Now
you're acting.
Yeah.
And now what?
So we were talking about the improvisation. So McG, he went on a whim. He's like, I started improvising some lines here and there, just on my own. Like, I was like, all right, let me just say this. Boom, it worked. I was like, all right, let me say this. Boom, that worked. And then literally the next day, McG is just like, hey, Batch, you and Bella, just talk. He just yells that from now. And then we just did the whole scene. It wasn't even in the script. Did a whole scene, just improvised it. And it made the movie. And I was like, oh. And when I was at the premiere, people were dying. And it made me feel good because I was
great.
like, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
And all my like idols that were there, not all of them, but like Dane Cook was there.
Someone knocking? Hold on one sec. Coming.
Is this where we die?
I don't think so.
Well,
I'm looking up on a podcast.
yeah.
My neighbor was borrowing the drill.
Oh.
So, I forgot this character. Here's a perfect opportunity to do this character. I have this guy that is really embarrassed that he loans out his drill.
Yeah.
So he needs to cover for it and pretend that that's not what he was doing. Can I do that
okay.
real quick?
Yeah, do it.
All right. Ask me who that was.
Yo, who was that?
When just now?
Yeah, at the door.
Oh, it's just a buddy of mine, real quick.
What was that thing you brought in? That you sat
Oh,
right
he was
there?
just giving me back. I have this. I have a little dick, and I have this box that has just big dicks in it.
You have? No, I don't think that's possible. You have a box with big dicks in it?
Yeah, it's
Nah, but I think we should see this. Like, this is. You have me take off my shoes.
my neighbor borrowed my drill. All right, I have a huge dick. I'm a little embarrassed about loaning my drill. I don't know, go something like that. I'm still workshopping it. But
Right.
what do you think?
Yeah, it's cool. Maybe. So remember we talked about like making comedy for everyone.
I think I know how to do that.
The guys would love that, but the girls. So let's try it again, and maybe this time.
Now,
you
am
do
I
it.
catering to the women, or am I trying to cater to both?
Both.
Could you give me a little advice?
Maybe what's in the box, the contents that are in the box.
Guys and girls both like.
Yes.
But don't guys like big dicks and girls like big dicks?
Guys. Yeah, but like, it doesn't make them feel comfortable. You have to make them feel comfortable.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Right. Okay. Who is that?
Oh, it's a buddy of mine. I loaned him a whole bunch of vitamin water.
Vitamin water.
Yeah.
And he gave it back?
Well, I gave him a case, and I guess he didn't have that. He gave me the leftover ones. Also, I told him because I recycle, so just might as well just put them all in the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like the dicks better.
Yeah, but who doesn't like vitamin water?
You're
Shout out
right.
to Vitamin Water, by the way. We've been trying to get him as a sponsor since like the moment that guy dropped that drill off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So this all ties in.
Everything ties in. Dude, can we take a minute
Yeah.
and just...
To look up another founder? Because that's all it takes me.
You know what?
You just name the company.
Bombas. Bombas socks.
Randy Goldberg and David Heath. Randy Goldberg's net worth. Yeah.
That net worth thing is not real, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
What does it say your net worth is on there?
500K.
No. It says... Really? Because I find that usually the net worth is always way more than what it really is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Because I remember LeBron's net worth was like... it was like 40 million or something like that.
What's your name? Do people call you Andrew? Do people call you King?
No, they just call me Batch.
Gotcha.
Let's see. King Bach.
Your net worth is $3 million.
That's it?
Damn, really? Cool. I don't know if it's because I haven't eaten yet or
Yeah.
if it's because I have eaten yet, but this coffee's kicking in late.
Like you got to take a poopy?
No. I just am starting to feel the caffeine, but it's not making me hyper. It's just making me happy.
Oh, like weed. Or mushrooms. Or Molly. I don't know. I've never done Molly.
I've never done mushrooms or Molly.
Yeah, but
You smoke a lot of weed?
No.
Do you smoke weed?
No.
You're not allowed to talk about it?
No, I'm allowed to talk
Because you
about
grew
it.
up in a church?
I never grew up in... I did grow up in a church.
Yeah. Do you want to have a serious moment?
Yeah.
All right, you go ahead. To camera. Tell me about what you think, how this world could be a better place.
Hey. You know how you can change the world? Is by making you a better you. Only when you know you is when you can make them a better you. And them and you combined, now that's a world I'd love to see. So why don't you take a minute and look in the mirror? Tell me what you see. And if you don't see the you that you're happy to see, then maybe that's not the you for them to see as well. When you come back and you're the you that you need to be, it will reflect and make them a better them. And now the world can be a happy place. And still remember to recycle.
Yeah. What's going on with your fingers there? You got a booger? I saw your little
did.
finger twisting. Go ahead and put that on the tray, would you?
Or
Yeah, or in your pocket.
in my mouth. But the thing was, it wasn't a booger. It was, I think it was like lint or something. Because it's still there. I couldn't get it.
Oh, you picked your nose and you pulled out some lint? And in addition to wanting to do movies, are you a magician?
Oh, yo, that trick. How do you do that trick?
Oh, a magician. Are you saying what I did at the party?
Yeah.
A magician never reveals his secrets. You have to know that, man. That's one of the crazy things that I discovered when I went to LA is it's true. Magicians because I'm buddies with some magicians. Dude.
Yeah.
And they just truly do not reveal unless you're a magician. So I actually became a magician just so I could ask questions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And how do you become a magician? Like, how do I prove, like, hey, listen, I'm a magician. They give you a card?
Yes. Watch this.
Okay. It's not magic. You just
Do me a favor for the editing. Could
Yeah.
you do that again so it looks like you are impressed by that?
okay.
Okay.
Like black people impressed or white people impressed?
White people impressed bores me.
Okay.
Okay. I want black people impressed.
All right.
In fact, and also jokes aside, always want black people impressed.
Okay. Got you.
Yeah, so a magician never really reveals his.
Oh!
Wait, sorry. I'm sorry. I got to say tricks.
Okay.
That was great, though.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Let me.
Pull this back.
A magician never reveals his. Tricks.
Oh! What? Yo, chill. Yo, chill. Yo, Yo, you gotta chill.
Thank you for tuning in to Take Your Shoes Off podcast. My name is Rick Glassman. Make sure you like and subscribe. And as always,
Scoot doo.
That's
Gravity
crazy.
blue. Scoot dee. Oh yeah. Skitty